Hey, hi, hello! Welcome to Horodkivka. I am a Peace Corps volunteer. This is my village, which I'm stationed at for 2 years, and I'd like to show you around, so here is a walk-through video of my village. Let's go! So I live on the 4th floor of a Soviet-style apartment building, which is located within a bigger set of apartment buildings, which we call Posolok, or Živ Massiv, depending on who you ask. Now you need to understand that Horodkivka is a very unique village because we have these buildings. Most villages do not have large apartment complexes, but the only reason we have these apartment complexes is because we have a sugar factory located pretty much central in the village. Occasionally I'll speed up the video just to get to parts in places of interest to talk about. So here we go. Alright, so over on the left you'll see a white car, and that's a Lada, which is like the national car of Ukraine. And beyond that you'll see a blue building, which is just a local bar where people can hang out and drink alcohol. This is Živ Massiv in its entirety. You can see the big Soviet influenced apartment buildings, and I've heard 2,000 people live here, though I've never confirmed that. I will have been living here for a year in December, and this has been the most recent development I've seen with my 1 year being here. It's a new park that was designed from the Poroshenko Fund, which is the president's fund for development. On the left, you see that red door. That's a little magazine. It's a shop where I can buy, soda or chips and bread. And forward, straight ahead, that building is not an apartment building, but it's actually a PTU, which is like a local technical college, local community college, where you can learn accounting or, random activities, random jobs and professions that have to do with the sugar factory. So processing sugar or working a tractor, and those type of things. It's actually, that is the Horodkivka, the общежитие, it's the dormitory. And this is the main road in Posolok and Živ Massiv. Alright, to the right you can see a building that's Cafe SV, which is the only cafe in Horodkivka. It has a monopoly on all the food parties here. And to the left, you can see the date. It says 1981. That was when these apartment complexes were built. So over to the left, you can see school number 1. This is a 3-story school that serves Posolok and Chesnik, like 1 and 2. So in Horodkivka, there are 5 different divisions, and they are divided up between different schools. School number 1 is known more for its soccer program, whereas school number 2 is known for its volleyball program. So this little blue shed is a bus stop that people can wait at. The bus comes maybe 5 times a day to go to our Rayon Center, Kryzhopol. And it, just average. Beyond that is the soccer field. Unfortunately you can't see, but you can see over here that big building way off into the distance. That is our sugar factory, and it's at the highest point of the entire village, so it kind of overlooks everything. You see these little shacks, and these are car ports, kind of like garages where people can store their cars. And now I'm walking on a dirt road to my school that cuts through. This is the shortest way I've found to get to my school from where I live. So bear with me, it's a lot of walking on a dirt road. Because I walk this route so often, I know exactly where and when animals will be, and I left this sound bit in because it cracks me up, so get ready for it.
This is one way we could go. Do you see? Here are our friendly goats. Here's Sasha. Sasha's got horns. I have a love-hate relationship with Sasha. Sasha, how you doing? How you doing? You eating some good food? Hey, yo, say hi to your mom for me. Say hi to your mom for me, okay? I like consistency in my life.
Yeah, I think I'm so funny. Okay, to review, I'm right here, and I've walked down this road. You can't see Pasolak anymore, because I've been walking so long, and we are not even a quarter of the way there, so let's keep going. One of the really sad things that I see often in the village are these dilapidated village houses. They're overgrown with plants. Their owners have either moved, died, or something else. Maybe they went bankrupt. And it's really unfortunate. Like, you'll see another house coming up on the left. I would have loved to see what Horodkivka would have been like in its heyday when everyone was still living here. Because I can't imagine what life would have been like when everyone was here. Yeah, see here, empty house. Maybe they finished building it, I don't know. Windows are no longer there. But can't stop and dilly-dally, I've still got some more time to go to school. So on the right, we will see an example of a small farm. Ukrainians here in Horodkivka, they grow their own food. They subsist on their own food. So it's very important that they... Oh, what am I pointing at? Oh, I'm pointing at a cow. There's a cow over there. Isn't that crazy? Livestock just roams wherever it wants to because it's a village. Here is another cow, and behind that cow you can see the old school number 1, which is now boarded up because it is structurally unsafe to go in. And you can see in the corner a babusi walking with a stick somewhere. Friendly person, say hello. She looks at me strangely. Moving forward. I just want to point out right here, they have still a functional gym that I would love to use, but I guess because the roof might cave in at any moment, we can't use it. So, boo. Boo! And here is another car of Ukraine. Classic little old thing. I'm gonna walk down this road, which isn't part of the shortcut, I have found out, since I have walked this route many times, but I can go straight. Just reminding you, we've walked 13 minutes so far. Let's keep going. Alright, so we're coming to a fork in the road. If I go straight, that will lead me towards the center of the village, where the House of Culture is located, the administration is located, and the post office. But my school is that way, and to put things into perspective, the factory, if you can see right beyond that tree, those smokestacks, that's where the factory is. So you can kind of contextualize where we are right now. And this is how far I've walked. Back there, you see the water tower. So let's start heading down into the valley, because Horodkivka is a valley. Okay, so over on the left, we're going to see some ruins, which are somewhat historical significance, as they hid Jews during World War II. There's an underground tunnel that was located here and at the old church on the other side. And I don't really know the story behind it, and we can't really go inside because the tunnel has collapsed, or it might collapse, I'm not sure which. I'm going to try to find out more information about that, but that's a cool tidbit I learned on my first visit around the village. So now we're coming up on the most famous street in Horodkivka. It's known as the Sausage Street, and this is where all the famous, I don't know how to call these people, sausagiers? They make sausage, and apparently Horodkivka style sausage is very unique and famous in Odessa, and they sell their sausage there. So the people who live on this street are famous for their sausage. And if I had to describe the sausage, I describe it as like sausage, but with like a little bit of kick. It has a little bit of spice to it, but not that much. Okay, so houses in the village are extraordinarily complex when you think about village life. And if you can see, behind these big walls and these gates are multiple buildings. And that's because each of these buildings serves a specific purpose. One building is for, the grandparents. The other is for the parents. Then they have a building just for woodworkery, blacksmithing, making flour. They have buildings for specific purposes, and they're very self-sustainable. So I could imagine the apocalypse happening, Armageddon happening, and Ukrainian villages would still be going very strong because they're able to provide for themselves in every single, I guess you'd say aspect. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down so you can see what this complex looks like. Here we go. The building to the left is probably the grandparents, the center building is probably where the rest of the family lives, and the back buildings are the workhouses. Just to remind you, we are at minute 20 of walking, so this is how far I've come. If you can remember, past the school, past that other road, Jiv Massive, we're still going. Still gonna get to school. Okay, so if you look straight ahead, you can see like a weird gold dome, and that's a Ukrainian Orthodox church. There are two in Horodkivka. This one is for the far side of the village. There's another one closer that I'll show later. That's for the near side of the village, because our village is divided into 5 different districts. Alright, so it's impossible to see from here, but if you look, you can see behind that little telephone pole, a white building, that is my school. First time you can see my school. You see that we've still got a lot far more to go. And to the right, you can still see that gold dome, which is the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. Alright, over to the right, you can see the Catholic Church, which is built in the 18th century, 17th century. It's an old church, and it's historically significant. Alright, so this is getting really, really steep, and I don't know if you can tell, but I've actually slipped here before. And right down behind that other slope, it gets even steeper. So I typically don't walk here when it's raining. If I don't have to, I'll take the longer route. But this way, because it's dry, is easier for me because I can cut through the river quicker. If you can't really tell because I'm speeding it up, but it's very difficult to walk here because of its steepness. I'm taking small steps, and I'm about to hit the bottom of the valley. I like the way I explain this, so I will let Jan from May explain what's about to happen.
The road keeps continuing this way. However, we're taking a shortcut. So we're going to go into the forest.
So with this road, we've officially reached the bottom of the valley. And just to remind you, we're nearing minute 30. You can see I came all the way down from that hill, and I am still going forward. Alright, to the left you can see a tractor coming, and I'm going to avoid that, and I'm going to cut into this small nook, and you will see my old, former log bridge. You can kind of see it's kind of wimpy right now, and it snapped a while ago. So there's another log bridge I cross, but this was the old one, and this is our small little river. Alright, here we go. We're crossing. We're crossing. Woo! Woo! That water's moving pretty quickly. Look at that. Look at that. I'm crossing the log. The water's really not that deep, like maybe shin length. It doesn't even go up to my knee, so if I fell, there would be really no problem. So no worries if you're watching this and you're worried that I might ruin my laptop, but I'm not gonna drown. So now I'm gonna follow the river for a bit on this tiny path, and I'll cut through a neighbor's backyard cornfield. You'll see it shortly. Just stay with me. Alright, here we go. This is another farm. I don't know if it's being used now. I see that there's corn now. I mean, you can't see it in the video, but there's corn, but it's October and they haven't taken it down yet. So I don't know where the owners are. But I make sure to walk around the farm part and not through it. This is typically where I get my shoes really muddy. But look over here, there's another farm. Farms everywhere. And we finally reached the main road. So I cut all the way, if you look on Google Maps, I cut off a whole kilometer by taking this little log route. But we still got some more time to go. Let's keep going. Alright, we're hitting minute 40. So we're at 38 right now. You can see all the way back there. That's where we've come, and we still have to keep going forward. This house on the left belongs to the oldest teacher in our school number 2. I just passed it, and so this place has a lot of history. We're getting closer to school number 2, which is in the third district. So we're getting further and further away from the center of the village. Alright, another fork in the road. If we keep going straight, that adds like 10 minutes to walking. So I'm gonna cut over here and we're gonna cut through a cornfield. It's gonna really cut that time in half. To the right, you can see an abandoned Ukrainian village complex. Coming up, you'll see it in better detail. You'll see windows smashed from this little house. This is an unfortunate reality as most of the youth move to the cities as that's where the jobs are and the universities are, and they don't really return because there's really no reason to return. There's no jobs here. It's unfortunate, it's a brain drain, but it's life here.
Oh, this dog scares me all the time.
Just another friendly animal on my path to school. There it is, beyond that cornfield, way over there, that building in the far, that's my school. We're almost there.
Oh my gosh, there's a baby goat. Oh, there's a whole bunch of baby goats. All right.
This is it, the final stretch. This is a shortcut through a cornfield. I don't take this route when it's raining because this dirt is very rich and will stick to your boots like gum. So when it's dry, it's fine. When it's wet, I take the long way around. We're almost there. That white building is our outhouse. Behind that is our soccer field. That's a path to center of town. If you look further, you can see a church. Can you see that? Far distance, right there where I'm pointing? That's where I live. We walked all that way. We're at minute 50 right now. And if you look over diagonally, you'll see the 2 smokestacks. That's the factory. Helps you contextualize my walk. I walk this every day. Welcome to Horodkivka. Alright, so let's go to school now. And that's a wrap. Here we are at school number 2. I'll film another video of the school inside. This is just a video of me walking to school every day. I hope you enjoyed it.